Welcome to Psychology 3153, Sensation and Perception. This is an online course, which is why I'm doing this video. My name is Dr. Ray Lopez, and I am a lecturer in the Department of Psychology at UTSA. And I will be guiding you through this online course and doing the lectures on video and grading your exams. So what I want to do for this first video is to introduce you to the whole process that we're going to go through. So go through the syllabus and just quickly go through what we're going to be doing on Blackboard. So first of all, if you need to get a hold of me, you can email me at the email address that's on the syllabus displayed here. If you happen to be on campus, you can stop by my office hours. My office is in the MH building on the 4th floor. And I have office hours Monday, Wednesday evenings from 5:30 to 6:30. You can also text me a message if you need to at the phone number that is indicated on the syllabus. Also, I will, if I need to make any changes to the syllabus, I will do so and let you know online as quickly as possible. I shouldn't have to do it this semester because this is my second time doing this class. The first time I did it was last semester, and it was a miserable failure because I just misjudged a lot of the work that had to be done. But this one should go a lot better because now I know what I'm doing. So the objectives of this course are for you to learn about the research area of sensation and perception, which is a huge area of research. Obviously, if you want to do psychology, if you want to be a behaving organism, one of the things that you have to be able to do is you have to be able to sense the outside world and make sense of the energy that's hitting your body, the light energy, the touch, the heat, the sound pressure changes. You have to be able to interpret those things to be able to navigate through the world, and that's what sensation and perception is about, is how we construct our perceptions of the world, going all the way from the receptors all the way up to our highest level of processing. Those are the topics that we're going to be talking about this semester. The prerequisite for this class is, of course, experimental psychology with a grade of C or better. We will be using Blackboard. So if you're looking at this video, you've probably already connected to Blackboard, but if you don't know how to do that, just go to utsa.blackboard.com. Like I said with my office hours, this is an online course, so we can communicate either through Blackboard or via email for the most part. If you want to speak to me and you don't want to come to the campus during my regular office hours, you can connect to me on Google Hangouts or on Skype. When I am having my office hours, I will be on Google Hangouts or Skype. And the addresses for finding me on Google Hangouts or Skype are indicated here on the syllabus. If I don't answer, it probably means I'm with somebody, so you can try calling back later. But otherwise, if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. I want to try to maximize the online aspect of this as much as possible. Now, since this is an online course, the textbook actually becomes very essential, obviously, because all of the materials come out of that textbook. And the textbook we're using is Goldstein 2014 9th edition. There's the information there. And here's the way the book looks, right? So that's it right there. Please get this book. Also, if you can find some good cheap sources for this book, please post that information in the introductory section of our discussion forums, and so that your friends, your classmates will know a good cheap place to buy the book online or whatever. But anyway, you're definitely going to need the book for the course. So here's the way the lectures are going to work. The lecture is going to be just like what you're seeing right now. They're going to be formatted exactly the way you're seeing right now. Well, at least the ones from Chapter 2 onward. When I first started doing this last semester, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. So the lectures for Chapter 1 suck. They're terrible. Some of the slides are cut off, and you have to use the actual PDF file to follow along because I didn't know how to put the slides up with me at the same time. So they're terrible. I mean, you can get through. They're not like you can understand obviously what I'm saying, but you can follow along. But the videos that come along later after Chapter 1, and particularly from Chapter 3 onward, are much better in quality than the first one. So don't judge the videos by the first one because they suck. But anyway. They're all in video format. I tried to break them up into anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes in length per video. So every chapter is going to be made up of like anywhere from 5 to 7 videos, each of about 10 to 20 minutes in length. All of the videos, so that way you don't have to sit there and watch an entire video for an hour and a half or whatever it is, 3 hours. If it's 2 lectures, right? You can break it up into chunks, and it makes it a little bit easier that way. The other thing, too, is the videos are on YouTube. That just, for me, was just the easiest way to get big videos out, was to put them on YouTube. So they're there. I have a channel on YouTube. I have a link here under Policy for Lectures that you can go to go to my YouTube channel and watch the videos. Now, the videos will be links to the videos will be posted in Blackboard, and they will be in a certain order. So you don't have to go to YouTube if you don't want to, but if you're like on your phone or whatever and you just want to pop through the videos, you're more than welcome to do that. The slides for each video lecture will also be posted on Blackboard, so you can download those and follow along. Now, I can't monitor who watches the videos. I wanted to, because I wanted to use that as a basis for attendance. But it turns out there's no way technically to guarantee monitoring of who watches the videos. So basically, you watch them on YouTube. You can go directly to YouTube, or you can go to Blackboard, which will then take you to YouTube. Either way. For those of you that have had me in lectures before, you know how I lecture. I cover the main concepts in each chapter. I don't go through step by step in each chapter. I cover the main concepts with examples to make sure you can understand what you're reading in the textbook. So that's the purpose of the lectures. Now, in terms of class participation, you can yell and scream at the video if you want, but I can't hear that. So what you can do, what I've done is I've set up a discussion board on Blackboard, and I've set up one discussion board for the entire semester. So feel free to pop in there and ask questions. And it's okay if some people ask questions about Chapter 1 and others about Chapter 3. That's fine. It'll be good because everybody will see everybody else's discussions, and you guys can help each other as well. If you see a question that somebody asked in the discussion board, then you can you take a crack at answering it. If you get the answer wrong, I'm not gonna come down on you. I will quite the opposite. I will be very happy that you took a crack at it. And the way you answer questions and have discussions on Blackboard will be hopefully a good indicator to me as to how well you're able to understand the information. And if there's any misunderstandings, I can correct those. The exams will all be online, given on Blackboard, so you don't have to come to UTSA to take exams. The way I've set it up is that there are going to be, each exam is 30 multiple choice questions, and you'll have 30 minutes to complete each exam, and each exam covers 2 chapters. So you can do 2 chapters and then take the exam, do 2 chapters, take the exam, do 2 chapters, take the exam. And like I said, each one of those exams is 30 minutes. You have a total of 30 minutes to answer 30 questions. And the exams are broken up into sections so that they have to be completed by certain dates, and I will show you those dates at the end of the syllabus here. They're on the course calendar at the end of the syllabus. If you don't complete the exams by the time they're due, you will get a 0 by the system, and then it will be entered into your grade. Now, you can only attempt each exam once. So when you start an exam, please make sure that you have a good internet connection, that nobody's going to be bothering you, and that your computer's stable. It's not going to crash on you or decide to start doing updates or something like that. So start your exam. Make sure you have a nice, clean 30 minutes to do your exam. Because once the system starts your exam, that's it. If you bail, if you disconnect, whatever questions you've answered to that point will be recorded, and then you're out, and you cannot restart the exam. And there will be no exceptions to this rule, only because basically I can't monitor what you're doing, during that 30 minutes. So it's whatever you're doing, right? So I have to make the rules a little bit tough because of that. There's no makeup exams, obviously. You're taking these exams more or less at your own pace, right? So if you are going to be taking a trip during the day that that one set of exams is due, well, you just need to make sure you get them done by that date, because I won't be policing that. The only thing I will be policing is the end date when the exams are due. Let's see. So the grading system. So you're going to get one exam per 2 chapters of the textbook for a total of 8 multiple choice exams. Now, since there's only 15 chapters in the book, that means the last exam will only have one chapter, chapter 15. Each of the exams is going to consist of 30 multiple choice questions. They'll be given online, and you'll have 30 minutes to complete each exam. Once you reach that 30-minute time limit, the system will end your exam, lock it up, and then whatever questions you've answered at that point will be entered in to be graded. So, apparently it happens kind of suddenly. You're sitting there, and then it'll just like the timer just says you're done, and then it shuts you off. So if that happens to you, that means you burned up your 30 minutes. So that's part of your grade, right? These 8 multiple choice exams, each one covering 2 chapters, except for the last one, which only covers 1 chapter. And then you're going to have to write a final paper. Now, don't freak out too much. This isn't like a huge, massive paper. Here's the thing. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to submit a final paper of no less than 4 pages in length, so at least 4 pages long. The requirements of the paper are as follows. You're going to be assigned a researcher out of your book. So I will assign you a researcher. For example, let's say I assign you Thorsten Wiesel, who you'll read about when we talk about visual perception in the brain. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get on the internet. There's no reason to have to, if you can't come to UTSA or whatever, you don't have to, right? All you have to do is get on the internet and research the following. First, you have to give me a paper that has the name of your researcher, the current institution where this person is. Now, the researcher you're going to get is going to be still alive. They're still going to be doing research, right? So you're gonna find out where they're at right now, what organization they're with. You're going to tell me what areas of sensation and perception that they are known for. You're going to provide me a listing of personal information about where this person's web page is. You're going to look for if they have a LinkedIn profile, if they have a Twitter feed, Facebook page, and then you're going to tell me other things about that you can find out about them, their hobbies, their interests, other things. And the reason for this is because I want you to understand that the scientists that do the work that you're reading about in these books and papers are human beings. They have lives and jobs and pay bills and go to the bathroom just like we do, right? So I want you to find out as much as you can about them as human beings. Then what I want you to do is I want you to use the UTSA library search tools, which you can use online, to identify no less than 5 of the researcher's latest papers. I want you to find 5 of the researcher's latest papers, going back no further than 2005. So any papers older than 2005, I don't want those. I want the newest papers that they have. And then I want you to prepare a short summary of each of the papers. Now, you don't have to go find the paper. If you can find it online in a PDF file, that's great. That'll help you a lot. But what you're probably going to end up doing is reading the abstracts for the papers and any summaries you can find. And then, for example, in Google Scholar, and then writing a summary of each of the papers. Sometimes some of the papers that these folks publish have been summarized by other folks. So, for example, sometimes science writers will write a little story about papers that that people have written, and so you might find one of those, and you can use the information in those summaries to construct your own summary of a researcher's paper. Once you've gotten your little 4-page paper put together, submit it in Blackboard, and the date will be the date and time of the final exam for the course. That is when the paper will be due, when the final exam is during the time of the final exam. All right. So the grades will be factored together as such. Each of the 8 exams that you take will count as 10% of your grade for a total of 80% of your grade. And then the final paper that you write will count for 20% of your grade. So 80% plus 20% is 100%. Those of you that have taken my class before know that I'm pretty tough on academic dishonesty. If you submit your paper to Blackboard, it will be run through software to look for plagiarism. If you did plagiarize, automatic 0. So don't plagiarize. You've taken experimental psychology. You know how to cite sources. There's no excuses for plagiarism, so don't do it. Obviously, I can't police your taking the exams. That's why I'm only giving you 30 minutes to take a 30-item test. I can't police that. But I would appreciate it if you don't cheat. But obviously, there's nothing I can do about that. Make sure you check out ASAP to monitor the deadlines for when the last day to drop a course is. If you feel like this class isn't working out for you, you can drop it without penalty during the last day to withdraw with a W, and make sure you check that out if you think you might need that. The course calendar is here. Chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be covered in exams 1 and 2. So exam 1 will cover chapter 1 and 2, and then exam 2 will cover chapter 3 and 4. And both of those exams need to be completed by the 5th of February, midnight the 5th of February, actually 11:59 p.m. on the 5th of February. So the Blackboard system is set up to shut both those exams down at 11:59 p.m. on the 5th of February. So make sure you get that exam done, those 2 exams done before the 5th of February. The next 2 exams are exams 3 and exams 4, and they cover chapters 5, 6 for exam 3 and chapters 7 and 8 for exam 4. And that needs to be completed by 11:59 p.m. on March 4th. And then exam 5 covers chapter 9 and 10, and exam 6 covers chapter 11 and 12. And those 2 exams need to be done by 1 April, 11:59. And then chapters 13 and 14 are covered in exam 7, and chapter 15 covers exam 8. And those 2 exams need to be completed by 30 April 2016, 11:59 p.m. And of course the paper, the date on that paper, 10 May, that might change. I think that's actually the day that grades are due. So I might actually make that date like maybe 7 May or something like that. But I'll let you know. I'll let you know online when the paper is due. But it will be due during the final exam period. So you should be able to bang that out pretty quickly. Finally, there's some resources here for you that you need to know about. Blackboard, obviously, there's a link. My YouTube channel, there's a link there. Link to ASAP if you need to see dates. The syllabus, I have it on Blackboard, but you can also download it from the Blue Book website, which there's a link there. There's various services for students, including online, counseling, disabled student services, and the Roadrunner Creed, which you need to read about. There's a link for that. And then, of course, the UTSA Code of Conduct. There's a link for that. So, in summary, that's the course. We're going to go through it together. So, watch the lectures, take the tests, ask questions, and have discussions in the forums. I will be monitoring the forums and participating. The other thing, too, I need to mention is I do... so UTSA is my part-time job. I work as a lecturer. I'm an adjunct professor at UTSA. So I'm not full-time at UTSA. My full-time job is working for IBM, and I work for the Watson Group at IBM, which means I get to work with a lot of cool artificial intelligence technology. But it also means I have to travel a lot. So there will be times when I will be traveling, and I do tend to travel a lot overseas. So if you do submit an email or a message in Blackboard and it's I'm not answering it right away, it might be because I'm like 12 hours different time zone from where you're at. So I will get to it as soon as I can, to the message as soon as I can when it's posted online. Please feel free to send me an email anytime if you have a question or concern. Even though we are separated in this online class physically, I want to make sure that you have as good an experience as possible, and that you learn as much as possible in this class. It's hard work teaching an online class. It's a lot harder doing it online than it is face to face, believe it or not. I think it's harder for you guys too, because you're like sitting at home watching these damn videos, taking these tests, right? So that's not fun. But let's try to work together to make this as positive an experience as we can. Anyway, I'll see you online, and good luck.